Good afternoon. Welcome back to Balance, Wellness, and Fitness. I am Leslie, and we are in the cat cave. You may notice that beautiful silver globe behind me. It's a 65-inch centimeter fitness ball. Pick a size that will work for you, that you can stand with today, as well as do wall sits and be able to put underneath your legs. So if you are somebody who has either longer or shorter legs, that you need to get your second ball just for comfort, stop this, get your second ball. Also, a warm-up is not built into this, so if you do need to warm up more, please turn this on, come back, join us in 4 or 5 minutes after you've gotten on your bike, walked around your yard, up and down the stairs, whatever you need to do. You're also going to need a light pair of weights. You can also go mediums. I'm going to use 5 today. You don't need a second mat. This is our old house hardwood floor, just trying to make sure I don't dent the floor, so that's why I have those sitting on a second mat. And then other than the mat that you will eventually lay on or towel, that is all the equipment that you will need for this workout. Anything else that you require for your own comfort or safety, please grab. And if you are ready, let's go ahead and grab our ball. This is a very beginner-friendly workout. Those of you who are more advanced might need just a nice break, work on form and technique. We're going to start out with 5 squats. Take your feet 2 fist distance apart. Arms are just soft. Hold the ball in the center, fingers spread, shoulders down. Big breath in. Exhale as you sit those sits bones back. And exhale, come up tall. Take that breath. Exhale back. Good. Take a breath. Back up for 2. Take a breath. And sit back. Take a breath. Press the ground. Squeeze the glutes up. 3. And take that breath. Good. Take another breath to come up. And one more double breath. And take that breath to come up. Big shoulder roll. We're going to step back with the right leg, keeping that distance between the feet. Knees are soft. Easy torso twist. Inhale as you rotate through the ribs. Keep your hips looking forward. Exhale, tighten the belly center. And make sure your head goes along for the ride, that it's not turning you like if you were snowboarding. And we'll rotate with that breath. Exhale, center 3. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center 4. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center 5. Close your stance. Take the opposite leg back. Make sure you still have 2 fist distance. Inhale as you turn to that left side. Exhale, tighten the belly center. Inhale, turn. Turn 3. Turn 4. And turn 5. Good. Step back up to close your stance. Second set of squats, really focusing on pressing through the feet and tightening through the glutes. Take a breath as you sit, single breath, exhale, and come up. Fingers are still spread, shoulders are down. We'll sit back for 3, press and squeeze your way up. Sit back for 4, press and squeeze up. And sit back for 5, press and squeeze up. We take that right leg back again, keep that distance. This time we're going to take a breath to prepare. Exhale as you turn. Inhale back center, just through the ribs. Center 2. Turn. Center 3. Center 4. And center 5. Step forward to close. Take your left leg back, check your distance. Keep that right knee over top the ankle. Exhale as you turn to the left. Inhale, center. Keeping the shoulder blades down. Easy breath here. There's number 4. And number 5. Shoulder roll here. We're going to get our first set of rows, and then we're going to go into some wall sits. If the wall sit is not comfortable for your knees, just do squats or drop out the bridges. This first set, we're going to sit on our ball. Make sure you have your weights real handy. I know a little awkward there. That was bad tempo. Gotta get that one to drag them. Find your 2 fist distance apart. Feet are flat on the floor and ahead of you. Don't tuck them underneath. Keep them right ahead. Knees and ankles in alignment. We're going to hinge over from the hips. You may need a pillow here if you're really tight. Keep the abs in and up, and let the arms start to hang at the sides. You may end up taking the legs wider to accommodate if you have a larger rib cage or you're heavy busted. Just for comfort, find that so it works for you that you can hinge over and keep this out of your neck. Once you're there, pull the pelvic floor in, tighten those lower abs. With an inhale, squeeze through the shoulder blades, rolling up if you were pulling weeds. Exhale and release. We'll inhale, squeeze, going for 8. Inhale, squeeze 3, and release. Inhale, squeeze 4, and release. Inhale, squeeze 5, release. Inhale, squeeze 6, release. Inhale, squeeze 7, release. And inhale, squeeze 8, gently release. Float yourself up tall. We're going to sit our weights down carefully, and we're going to come up for a set of wall sits or squats or bridges. I don't have a side wall here to use, that's clear, so you're going to get the front angle of me. Your ball is going to go right in the small of your back. It might be slightly high in the ribs. You don't want it too far down on your tailbone or hips. I've got to move the curtain out the way. Press it into the wall and start to keep your tall, long spine, but lean into it. Walk the feet out, look down at them, make sure toes are facing forward, again, 2 fist distance. Kneecaps are with those middle toes. Some of you may have done this in gym class or a sport. Sometimes it's been called a captain's chair or just plain old sitting on the wall. Make sure the knees have some leeway there so they're not over top of your toes. You should be able to see them. Press through the heels, the entire feet and glutes come up. If this is not a comfortable position for you, you can do what's called a wall squat. You will walk the feet in a little bit, and you're going to tip forward as if you were doing a squat. And as you drop, the ball is still behind you, squeezing and pressing up, but you're going to keep that long, tall angle as you come up. Pick which works better. I'm just going to demonstrate for plain old wall squats and hopefully not pull my curtains down here. Find your poison. Here we go for 8. Exhale on your way down. Inhale, press the ground away no matter what you're doing. And exhale down, press away 2. Exhale down, press away 3. Exhale down, press away 4. 4 more. Drop. There's 4. Drop. There's 3. Drop. 2. And drop. Press yourself up tall. Grab your ball. We're going to sit on it again for a second set of rows. Find your weights. Find that space you need for your legs for comfort so you can hinge over. Full ab engagement. Going for a second set of 8 here. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Squeeze for 2. And release. Squeeze for 3. And release. Squeeze for 4. And release. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Keep them out of your ears. Inhale, squeeze 6. Release. Inhale, squeeze 7. Release. And inhale, squeeze 8. Gently release the arms. Carefully coming up. We're going to set the weights down off to the side. We're going to stay on our ball. If you have any stability issues, come up and place yourself up against the wall or a heavy piece of furniture that will not move. We're going to go for a set of knee lifts here. Take the arms along the side. You never want to do this, trying to hold yourself down, because you will push the ball out from underneath yourself. I have seen it done, so please don't do that. Abs in and up, pelvic floor engaged if you need it. Press down through that left foot. Think of the toes reaching forward, and on your exhale, use the quad to lift that right leg up and tap it down. Lift, exhale down 2, and lift, exhale down 3, and lift, exhale down 4, lift, 4 more, and lift, 3 more, and lift, 2 more. Last one for now. Lower down, press that foot, stretch those toes out. Keep that ab engagement. We lift the left foot and tap, and lift, exhale, tap, lift 3, and tap, lift 4, and tap, lift 5, and tap, lift 6, and tap, lift 7, and tap, and lift 8, gently tap down. We're going to walk our way out for a baby set of crunches. Use your heels. Again, don't use your hands, use your legs. Gently walk yourself out. Your hips should still be touching the ball. Your lower back should be fully supported, as well as your shoulder blades on here. Your head is not going to be on here. Cross the arms. You can take a more advanced position if you want them up to the sky. You can also just reach here, going for just 5. On your exhale, gently curl up to the bottoms of your shoulder blades. Don't go up any higher. Feel the ribs come towards the hips. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, pull the ribs to the hips, just chest lifts on the ball. And down for 2. Exhale, peel up. Inhale, down 3. Exhale, peel up. Inhale, down 4. Exhale, peel up. Inhale, down 5. Gently curl up. That wasn't a trick. We're going for 6 because you're going to start to walk yourself up. We're going to do this again later. Start to walk your legs back. Your arms can come long here, but again, don't rest the ball. Use your abdominals and walk yourself back up tall. Big shoulder roll here. Anchor through the feet. Rest yourself up tall. We're going to get one more set of rolls, but we're going to do them standing, one arm at a time. Grab one of your weights. Bring your ball so it's right in front of your body. Maybe a couple inches. You may not be able to see your toes depending on your shoe size. Bring that right hand just lightly on the ball. Fingers are spread. It's right underneath your shoulders. You're hinging from your hips as you're in and out. Let that left arm hang from the shoulder space. And on your inhale, squeeze in and scap it to the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze. Release for 2. Inhale, squeeze. Release for 3. Making sure not to pull up through the entire shoulder girdle using your oblique. Just going for the scapula. You're going to feel your tricep work. You're going to feel your back work. That's where you focus on that squeeze. We're going to do 2 more to the sides with 10 for each side. Because otherwise, your bicep and tricep would do all the work. And gently switch sides. Good. Place that left hand down. Make sure you still have your neutral spine, shoulder blades down. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. So not hyperextending when you release. Just lowering down for a straight arm. There's 3. And inhale up. Release 4. Inhale up. Release 5. Bring it up. Exhale 6. Here's 7. Inhale up. 8. Inhale up. 9. And inhale up. Gently release for 10. Sit your weight down carefully and press your ball away to give yourself a little stretch. Out through the heels and the hands. Push the hips back away. Give yourself a breath here, and then press the ground away. Use your abdominals. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to get our last set of either wall sit squats or just squats or bridges. Take your pick. Find that place that you need to be for them. I'm going to demonstrate wall squats this time. I did wall sits last time, so it's a little, I'm leaning that little bit. The ball is right at the top of my hips. Check your feet for your posture. On your exhale, sit back. Inhale, press the ground away. You're going to keep that long, tall diagonal if you're doing wall squats. Sit back 3, and up. Sit back 4, and up. Sit back 5, and up. Sit back 6, and up. Sit back 7, and up. And sit back 8. Gently press up. Grab your ball so it doesn't get away from you. We've got a set of torso twists, and we have a little bit more work for the back that we're going to do. We're going to take that right leg back, opening up to that side again. We're going to go through the hips this time. So a little bit more of a turn. And keep a tight squeeze on the ball to get some extra pec work here, a little sneaky work. Inhale as you rotate. Exhale, tighten the abs center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center 2. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center 3. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center 4. And inhale, rotate. Exhale, center 5. Stay here. We're going to get a set of knee lifts standing. So plant through that left foot. On your exhale, shift your weight. Lift up that right leg. Tap the bottom of the ball. Step back down. Exhale, step up and tap. And down for 2. Step up and tap. Down for 3. Exhale up and tap. down for 4, 4 more. Exhale up and tap, down for 5, exhale up and tap, down for 6, exhale tap, down for 7, and exhale tap. Take it down for 8. Step forward, close your pose, or backwards. Give yourself shoulder rolls backwards, not coming forwards all the time. You catch some of the tendons sometimes in the acromion process. We're all built with a little hook there. It can get bigger over time with doing certain activities. You never want to do this with weight coming forward. Once in a while forward is okay, but you want to make sure you go back. Let's find our split stance for the other side. Soften through the knees. Squeeze the ball, shoulder blades down. Take your breath as you turn through the hips again. Exhale back to center. Inhale, turn. Exhale, center 2. Inhale, turn. Exhale, center 3. Inhale, turn. Exhale, center 4. Inhale, turn. And exhale, center 5. We're going to stay here. Drop those shoulders. Get ready for that knee lift. Knees over top that right ankle. Exhale, tap up. Inhale, step back. Exhale, lift. Transfer the weight. And back for 2. Exhale, lift. Back for 3. And lift. Keep your tailbone down. And lift 5. And back. Lift 6. And back. Lift 7. And back. Lift 8. And step back. Close your stance. Roll your shoulders. We're going to get an easy one arm bent over fly. You can go without weight. You can go with your weight. Grab your ball, hinge on over, find that row position that we just had with your right hand, just lightly on the ball. You don't want to lean into it and put pressure on your wrist. It's just here for a little guide, and it gets a little extra shoulder work here, a little bonus. Let that left arm hang, slight bend, just micro bend the elbow. On your inhale, squeeze that shoulder blade, reach to the knuckles, exhale, tighten the belly, close. Going for 8, we're going to inhale, reach, just a little extra back work. We've got one more back exercise we're going to do. And 3, close. And 4, close. Inhale, 5, exhale, close. Inhale, 6, inhale, 7, and inhale, 8. And let that breath go, and we'll change sides here. Find that light lift with that left hand, shoulder blades down. Inhale, squeeze through that right scap. Exhale. Inhale. And inhale. And inhale 3. Inhale 4. Inhale 5. And 6. And exhale. 7. And exhale. And 8. Gently exhale, sit your weight down. We're going to press that ball out again and give yourself a little stretch. I purposely like to do that from time to time. It's good for the neurological system to not always do everything leading with the right. It's good to mix that up once in a while. Knees are soft, pressing the tailbone one direction as your shoulders go the other. And press the ground away, gently rolling up. We're going to come back to a seated position on our ball. We're going to do, I don't have a name for this, no one has ever given me a good name, and it's been lovingly called over the years a wedgie walkout. I want you to think of where we went earlier to prepare for doing those chest lifts. We're going to go a hair bit further as if we were to do some benching work, which we will make that position shortly, so it's good practice. But then we're going to come back up tall. The thing I want you to pay attention to is not try to see how less of steps that you can go, and don't try to do too many. You really want to watch your form here, because the habit is to try to run out really quick and then run back up really quick. We're going to go nice and slow. Feet are right underneath the knees. You're sitting tall. On your exhale, curl the pelvis under, start to go to that anterior tilt, and start to walk yourself out small steps. We're going to go all the way out to a bridge position. Arms can float on up. When your head and neck are secure on the ball and your hips are off, take a breath, exhale, walk back up. Depending on the surface that you're on, find that neutral spine again. You will start to scoot yourself across because the friction of the ball, if this ball has a lot of texture to it, you will start to move. So that is totally normal. We're going to do 4 more of these. Take a breath. Exhale, curl, walking yourself out, and interior tilt. Use those abdominals, using your legs. Once you're there, in that nice bridge position, checking the legs so the ankles are still underneath the knees. We take that breath. Exhale, curl, walk back up. As we're going, you'll probably understand why it's called Witchy Walk Out. It's just what it is. Sorry about that. If anybody has a better name, send it to me. Take a breath. Exhale, curling underneath. Gently walking yourself off, not getting too far ahead, and not keeping the feet tucked underneath either. Find that spot where you're that bridge spot. Float the arms back up. Fingers are spread. Take a breath. Start to curl. Use those abdominals. Shoulder blades are down. Walking back up. We have 1 more, and then we're going to stay. We're going to go out and stay for bridges. Walk yourself out. We are going to come back up. We're just going, oh, she threw an extra one in there. I like to complete the cycle. And take this back up with that exhale. Now we're going to go out for a set of bridges. So gently walk yourself out. Making sure that ankles and knees are in alignment. You have a 2 foot distance. Watch your hair to make sure you can actually get your head down and that you're not curved a little too far forward, that you're pushing your head up. Find that neutral space for your body, that your upper body, thoracic spine, cervical spine are nice and level. Now start to press through the feet and tighten the glutes to make a nice table here. Arms can rest lightly on top. They can float up. You just don't want them hanging down because that will start pulling the collarbones and pull on the neck. Yes, I'm purposely doing this to work those stabilizers, which I love to work. Everybody knows that, who knows me. Take a breath here. Crease through the hips to let the hips drop, but don't curl your bottom up against the ball. Just let that little bit of fall happen, then squeeze back up with the breath. Exhale, gently release. We'll start to make this a little bit bigger and press back up. If you're comfortable with this, start to make it a little bit bigger. You don't want the ball to move excessively, but you can have a little bit of movement and squeeze back up. And we'll release 5. And up. Exhale, release 6. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, release 7. Inhale, press up. And release 8. We'll gently press up, staying here for 1 more moment. Then really draw the pelvic floor, and as you start to walk back up, find your seated position. Give yourself a moment to reach the body leg. We're going to grab a weight and we're going to take it out with us. We're going to get a set of straight arm pullovers out here, and we're going to do some light marching. Okay, gently join me back out. Find that space. Press through the feet, tighten through the glutes. Hold the abs in, full ab engagement. We're going to lift the arms up, so it's going to be a little bit lower than what you would initially expect. If you bring this down, have it right at the base, the bottom rib. On an exhale, take the arms back, not past the ears, tighten the belly. Inhale back up, hold the shoulder blades. Exhale back, inhale up 2. Exhale back, inhale up 3. Exhale back. Inhale up 4, exhale back, inhale up 5, 3 more, take it back, pull up 6, exhale back, pull up 7, and exhale back, gently pull up 8. Good. You can hold this here if you're comfortable. If you're just starting out with this, sit your weight down, arms can be here or again resting here. They can also be folded here, just not hanging here. We're going to do easy marches. Engage everything through the pelvic floor on up with your inhale. Press the ground with that left leg. Lift the right up. Gently lower it down. And with the left. Press the right away. And lower down. Exhale. Lift the right. Lower down. Lift the left. Lower down. And we'll lift the right. Lower down. Lift the left. Lower down. 4 more to go. Lower down and left. Lower down. Last set. Lower down. There's number 10. Gently lower. Press the ground away, reach and grab your weight. If you did sit it down, we have another set of straight arm pullovers. If you need a little break, hug the ball with your hips, gently roll up for a moment, rock yourself side to side. It takes a lot of core strength to stay up here. Find your space, take a breath, exhale those arms back, inhale, pull back up, exhale back, hold for 2, exhale back, hold for 3, exhale back, halfway there, take it back, pull up, take it back, pull into the shoulder blades, and back, there's 7, and back, gently coming up for 8, gently let the tailbone drop just a little, keep your pelvic floor engaged, walk yourself back up gently, sit your weight down when you're careful, just make sure you don't drop it on yourself, all the way up, sitting nice and tall, recombobulate for a moment. We're going to stretch those hamstrings. They did a lot of work for you stabilizing. We're going to extend the right leg forward, lift up out of your ribs, gently turn your navel towards that leg, and hinge forward. Keeping the chest nice and lifted, easy lean, versus just flopping down into your leg. So you can really get that hamstring as you're pushing the heel away. You get a little bit of the hip as well. Give yourself another breath, and then we're going to point the toe. You may have to pick up your shoe depending on the shoe you have on, how sticky it is in your flooring. Gently bring it up. We're going to change sides. Give yourself a shoulder roll. Extend that left leg out just slightly to the side. Lift up through the ribs. Gently turn your torso and gently lean into it. Keeping a nice neutral spine. Pressing your pelvis away from you. That will help lengthen that hamstring. Toes are coming towards you. Give yourself another breath here. And then we'll point through that left toes to get the shin. A lot of stabilization work that happened with that last little bit. We have one more little segment we're going to do on the mat with the ball. Give yourself another breath. We'll fold in. Take a moment, grab a drink of water if you need it. Always stop and come back. We'll press ourselves up, and then we're going to take our ball on over to our mat. Carefully lower yourself down. Don't let it get away. Have a weight handy. We've got a set of triceps that we will do. I'm going to give you the option of also using the ball with them. Once you're down, pick your ball up. Find your nice neutral spine. Pull your shoulder blades down. Squeeze into the ball. With an exhale, lift up that right leg long and then push the foot up to the sky. And now take that ball and place on it. We're going to go for an easy variation of dead bugs. Take your left hand in the center of that ball so it's crossing over your body. Good. Now start to press the leg into the ball and the ball into the leg through your hand. If this is too much, bend the leg into tabletop, drop it down a little. You may end up using some of your forearm to do this. Go with where you're comfortable and with the size of your ball. Take that right arm, hinge it back just slightly if you can. If you're getting too much feedback here through those abs, just rest this arm down. And then we're going to float this left leg over the tabletop and tap it down. And lift it up and tap. Lift 3 and tap. Lift 4 and tap. Lift 5. Lower it all the way down. Release the pressure off the ball and the leg. Fold the knee in. Hug it in for a moment. If you need to sit your ball down, sit your ball down. I have really long arms, so I can actually make this work. Circle through your ankle. Go the opposite way. And then we'll lower the right leg down. Float that left leg on the tabletop. Check your ab engagement. Make sure you're not pressing your back into the mat. You've got a normal neutral spine. Push the foot up to the sky. And then take that ball to place right in the center. Bring that right hand over. Find where you need to be. Because if you've got it bent, find that space there. Both work. And start to press the leg into the ball and the ball into the leg. Find that pressure. Decide where you want that left arm, if it needs to be long on the ground. or if you can bring it back a little bit. Keeping that pressure there. Inhale that right leg to the tabletop. Exhale, tap, and lift it up, and tap. Lift it up 3, and tap. Lift it up 4, and tap. And lift it 5. Gently lower down. Fold through that leg. Take the ball in your hands. Take the knees to the right. Feet have that little space. And take the arms overhead. Take them over to the left. Give yourself a big full body stretch here. Give yourself another breath. Squeeze through the glutes to bring lower body up. Pull through the shoulder blades to bring the upper body up. Let the knees fall to the left. Take the arms up and over to the right. Give yourself another breath here. Then on your next exhale, squeeze the glutes to bring the legs back up. Pull down through the shoulder blades. Bring the arms back up. With one last little exercise we'll do for the triceps. We're going to bring the ball so it's underneath the legs, giving you some nice support, going something nice with it, yes. If you have that option, you can always go into a little bridge. If you're going, I want a little bit more. Make sure the knees, you can fit at least one fist between, if not a fist and a half. Toes are looking up versus left and right along with the kneecaps. Spine is neutral no matter what you pick. We're going to go for some tricep extensions. Kick the weight up, knuckles look at the ceiling. As you fold through the elbow, don't drop past that 15 degrees, so don't try to cup it below that level point and touch your hairline. That's where you're aiming for. Then press back up with your exhale. Inhale, fold. Exhale, press. If you want that little bridge because you want that extra, use your glutes and your abdominals. Fold for 4. And press. Fold for 5. And press. Fold for 6. And press. Fold for 7. Press. Fold for 8. And press. Fold for 9. And press. Last one here. And extend up, lower weight down. Sit it off to the side carefully. Take the legs a little wider on the ball. We're going to hit one more twist. Take the arms out to the sides, palms up or down. Use your body weight to let the ball come over. Nice big breaths here. And take that left arm on up overhead if you'd like to give yourself a bigger stretch. You earned it. A lot of core work here. Always good to review the basics and just move nice and slow sometimes. We'll lower that arm down if it's up. Squeeze your glutes and use your abdominals to come back centered. Then let the ball fall to the left or the opposite way. I didn't call it out at first. Let you pick. Everybody knows what side they just need to stretch at first. Take that arm back overhead again if you need to with the other one. Both if it's available to you, always an option. With your next breath, fold the arm back in, squeeze the glutes to come back center. Then take the feet on the top of your ball and bring the heels together if they come, or somewhat touching in the same vicinity. And then drag the ball towards you as you let the knees come towards the ground. Pretend there's somebody underneath just gently pulling them versus what you might want to do is sit and push. Creates too much pressure on the spine. Just let this help open up through those adductors and tight hip flexors. Give yourself several breaths here. And then when you're ready, take your time. Pushing the ball out and then rotate the legs back in. Hold it there as long as you'd like. It's a really nice feeling to help open up those hips. I thank you for joining me today and hope that you have a wonderful evening.